Right, my heartfelt thanks to Extra for inviting me to this very happy event. Thank you. I'm going to talk about this topic: analysis of Singapore Gazetted Hotel Standard average occupancy rate and average room rate from 1980 to 2012. I have been working on this topic for many years. This is the third time I'm presenting the topic. The first was at the SAS user group back in 1999, just before I went to London to study. Then I presented again at the SPSS user meeting in 2008. So I've been using SAS and SPSS. And tonight I'm also representing a society I founded, Stata Users Group. So my analysis will be performed with Stata. Right? That doesn't mean that I'm against the use of open source packages. I do use R, but for some reason I've been using SAS, SPSS, and Stata for analysis. And if I have time, I would like to show you about Stata. All right, which may be new to some of you. I'm not too sure. Usually, I take about 20 minutes to warm up myself for talks. But given the time constraint, in case I can't bring across some important points, do invite me for a tea session. No beer, no need beer, no need wine. I don't drink wine, I don't drink beer. Green tea will do. If you're still interested in my topic. All right, gazetted hotels do track their standard average occupancy rate. Now, as you can tell from the graph, from 1980 onwards to 2012, SAOR in percentage, all right, has been always been around in the region of 65 to about 85, right? Now, this reflects the health of our gazetted hotels. What are the gazetted hotels? These are usually the big tourist hotels and household names like Westin, Shangri-La, Pan Pacific, all right, and I think there are about 200, all right. Now, another key indicator that they track is the average room rate. This is deflated, all right, not the original series, but this is already deflated, right? So that for analysis, usually involving monetary terms, usually we use a deflated series, right? This is advice from econometrician. Now, I want to analyze these two series: standard average occupancy rate and the average room rate, right? Using a number of relevant predictors. Right? I'm actually a statistician by training, so my approach to such problems will be statistical, right? Meaning a bit old-fashioned compared to some of you who may be, compared with some of you may be using neural network, decision tree, random forest, and so forth. I've got these subjects, all right, but for such topic involving some economic time series, I would like to consider statistical model as the default model. And what are the relevant predictors? For example, visitors' accommodation in hotels. Now, this is also tracked by the Tourism Board in Singapore. So you can see the trend over the years. Fewer visitors coming to Singapore stay in hotels, because I think there are some other avenues, all right, some other accommodation rather. Right. Now, I also have to consider the visitors' average length of stay in Singapore, because other things being equal, the longer a person stays, right, the occupancy rate will increase, right? Other things being equal. So this is another predictor that I have to consider. As you can tell, on average, I think visitors coming to Singapore, tourists coming to Singapore, stay about 3 days. Right? Now, we also have to consider the internal competition within the hotel industry. The hotel industry is made up of two big segments: the gas-settled hotels, the big tourist hotels, right? Those very grand hotels, and also the non-gas-settled hotels. One very good example will be the Hotel 81 and the Fragrance Hotel. Right? These are the major competitors to the gas-settled hotels. And in order to analyze the standard average occupancy rate and their average room rate, I would have to consider the number of gas-settled hotels. Now, as you can tell, the number of non-gas-settled hotels are growing over the years, and is very much affected by economic factors. Now, can you tell that there is a dip in 2009? We all know that what happened in 2009. There was a swine flu epidemic and financial tsunami, if I remember correctly. Right. So with this, some other indicators. All right. Of course, I also consider the total tourist arrivals in Singapore, because the more tourists coming to Singapore, the higher the demand for our hotel rooms. Right. So this is the model that I consider. As a statistician, I would like something mathematically elegant, mathematically sound, simple to apply, easy to use, and follow some statistical principles, which also mean that the model must be guided by some underlying theory. In this case, economic theory. All the variables except one, shock, are logarithmic transform. Right? Because this will help to stabilize the time series, and there are many good properties about this. Again, I will not go into too much details because of the time constraint. Otherwise, I would like to spend one night talking about log transformation. All right. Now, SAOR is an abbreviation for standard average room rate. ARR represents the average room rate. Now, can you see that there are a double-headed arrow? Because standard average room rate, or rather standard average occupancy rate, the demand for hotel is affected by its price, which is the average room rate. All right. And other things being equal, as the price goes up, the demand will drop. The demand for hotel room. On the other hand, SAOR will also affect ARR, because as the supply increases, there will be a tendency for the price to drop. That's why I have a double-headed arrow between SAOR and ARR. Right? The LN stands for log transform. Now, what about the other variables? Standard average occupancy rate is also affected by TVA, total visitor arrivals, as I just mentioned. The more visitors coming to Singapore, the higher the demand for hotel rooms. It's also in turn affected by average length of stay in Singapore, as I just mentioned. It's also affected by AIH, the average accommodation, right, in hotels. Accommodation in hotel. It could also be negatively affected by the number of non-gas-settled hotels, NGH. Right? Besides that, I also consider the lag variable. Econometricians like to use a lag variable, that is the data a year ago, because to explain the outcome, because this would account for all other variables not explicitly mentioned in the model. Right? This will have to make it concrete. Now, besides the ARR and SAOR, I also include TVA, total visitor arrivals, to make it complete. All right. Yes, I don't have much time left, so I would like to go straight to the results. Analyzing with StatDart. I actually have the StatDart installed, so if you're curious, if you're keen, all right, we can talk about it later. All right, this I consider a structural equation model because of the data structures. We expect SAOR to be affected by ARR, and ARR in turn to be affected by SAOR. We cannot use the ordinary regression models because it cannot take care of the simultaneous bias, meaning the result generated from ordinary regression will be biased, even if your sample size is extremely large. Structural equation model is a very, very powerful statistical model that can handle different types of complex data structures. I choose this mainly because it's easy to use and it can handle the problem to deal with the simultaneous bias. Now I will not go into the details of the mathematics. Right? Now this is an output from Stata. Right? Now this shows that SAOR, standard average occupancy rate, is indeed explained by ARR, average room rate. And the sign is estimated correctly, minus sign, because the theory says that if the price goes up, the demand for hotel occupancy will drop, right? And this is statistically significant, right? In fact, I've identified several significant variables. Oh, I forgot to mention one more variable, shock. Now, this is a dummy variable. Those years where we have global impact or local impact on the hotel industry included, it takes a value of 1 in the years of 85, 86 when Singapore experienced the first major recession. In 1990 and 91, if you recall, all right, I'm old enough to remember that the whole world was occupied with the warfare in the Middle East. In 1997, we had a financial crisis, Asian financial crisis. 98, we still felt the impact. 2001, 2002, the whole world was occupied with anti-terrorism warfare. Same for 2003, which was a very bad year because there was SARS epidemic. This will have impact on the tourist industry and the hotel industry at large. In 2008, 2009, we had the financial crisis and the swine flu. And 2011, if you recall, there was stock market crash, right? Sometime in August or July. With this, I generated a model. In fact, it can be done very easily with the help of Stata. Can I have just a couple of minutes to show you how I generate the results? Okay, this is my data set. All I have to do in Stata, is to build the model using the diagrams. Okay, now we have already seen this diagram. Initially, there will be no estimates, so let me clear the estimates. And all I have to do is run the model. And it takes just a few seconds to generate all the results that you have seen on the screen. Right? And the good thing about the result is that they conform with the economic theory. And it shows that average occupancy rate was indeed affected by average room rate, and average room rate in turn was also affected by standard average occupancy rate. Right? So it conforms with the economic theory, but I have not. Sure. Just give me a few more minutes. All right. It's something actually very exciting. I'm going to enhance this model with the latest published results, data from tourism boards, and then I hope to publish it. Now, finally, okay. Now I will not bore you with some of this interesting stuff. To me, it's very interesting because it shows that the model actually is sound. Now I did some forecasts. I reran the model using a smaller sample, 1980 to 2008, and leaving out the years of 2009 to 2012 as the test subset. Now, as you can see that the structural equation model actually performed quite well in forecasting the standard average room rate, standard average occupancy rate. The other two models, two-stage least square and three-stage least squares, are the conventional economic tools used to handle such problems to avoid the simultaneous bias. In fact, the three models are very similar in the way they forecast. Right? Same for the average room rate. In fact, SEM is slightly worse off according to MAPE, which is used for ascertaining the accuracy, relative accuracy of the model. Now, I want to bore you with more details, some of the implications. I hope that more official data on the hotel industry will be available in the near future, because this could help me to improve on my model. And I would like to, in future, will have the chance to do more in-depth analysis on topics which are relevant to the specific hotels. And as you can see from my results, the three models that I considered are very, very close in terms of accuracy. So I think it's actually a very good idea not to analyze a data set with just one single model, but with multiple models, and the results be combined. That will certainly help to reduce the errors in prediction. All right, thank you very much. Thanks for your time.